Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. God bless you. God bless you. God is blessing you. You're growing. I refer back to the Bible because the Bible speaks of righteousness. It's what I have applied in my life, my whole life, is the Bible. Trying to be righteous, trying to do right. And we need to all take a look within ourselves. With growth, there comes changes, much needed changes that we all have to make, so that we can be these inward changes, so that we can be better outward. And we all apply righteous in our life. You know, righteous. You know how to love. God commands us to love. We take the Bible and apply righteousness. We do it righteously. We don't pick and choose what we want to believe today and tomorrow we're going to believe something different. We take the whole Bible and apply it righteously. As it says in Timothy. I got a message in the bottle today from Togo. The elderly and poor are dying of malaria. So what I don't want to do is bring any type of criticism to this government. But what I want to do is make a difference. I want to help. That's all I want. I want to help. I don't know what's going on with the government. I can't sit and try to figure out why this and why that. Let's just help. Let's just help. Let's just pick. We see a need. It's time to help. We have to start praying it forward. We have to start being the difference because, and I'm going to tell you why, God holds us in account. Now, I want you to think about something. God holds us in account. So while I know this, so I started a podcast because of the information that I know, what I found out on my journey as I'm growing through my life and living in houses with demons, with evil spirits. And that's how the Grow Program was birthed, in a haunted house, with me dealing with demons. I've been dealing with them all my life. But this last time, God moved. God rose up because it was time. God had a plan and put the plan in motion. And I'm a vessel being used by God, to help his people. So what I do, I get on the podcast and I speak to people. I talk to everybody I come in contact with. I grow all day long, honey. And I also use my own personal money to help. I use everything. I use all I have, my money, to help. But what I would like to do, I would like to begin to pray it forward. Whatever way you got to pray it forward, even if you pray it forward in your own community, within your family, within where you see a need. And a lot of times when you see a need, I mean a real need. I don't just mean giving somebody $2-3 who's standing on the corner with a sign. I mean a real need. Where you see what you can actually make a difference. With the podcast, I'm making a difference because we're growing. So I want to keep us growing. And as we lift one another up, we all rise. See, it talks about that in Ecclesiastes 2. It says that the dead are better off than the living. And who are even better is those who have never even been born. Can you imagine? Never even been born to see the evil under the sun. Okay. And then it talks about someone sitting with their hands folded and someone else offering peace and help. So just think about what God would think. How would you be judged by your heart by not helping? Even if you help anyone, just help. If you see a need, help. Be the change. Really pray it forward. If we all be the change and begin to sow love, just imagine the harvest that we'll have. It's time to grow love, people. It's time to rise. It's time to come together. It's time to stop being so divided and against one another, because by us doing this, we're not getting anywhere. Nobody's getting nowhere. We as a people, we're not coming together as a nation. These parties really need to come together. We need to compromise. We need to stop having so much divisiveness in this country. It's even worse now 4 years later than it was 4 years earlier. We are more divided than we ever were. And now it's time to come together. Now it's time to be a people. Now it's time for us to act like adults in front of these children who are looking at us, going around saying horrible things about the Holocaust and different stuff. Like, why would you compare the Holocaust? That's where people died. Nobody died from wearing a mask. I don't understand where this thinking is coming from. It's time now to come together. It's time now to recognize the horrible deeds of the past, recognize them and move forward and learn from them. See, now, I'm going to tell you something about my people, honey, African people. African people are loving, forgiving people. We can forgive. We can move forward. You need to look down there at that beautiful Ivory Coast in Africa. I mean, there's so many, they living together in love. They coming together. Blacks and whites, honey, they are together. And so we need to do the same thing. We need to be together. We need to come together in love and stop being hateful and divisive. We need to cut out, these vices, honey. It's time to let go of the vices. It's time to let go of the vices so you can reach your greatness in God. I had to let go of my old vices and what was helping me cope and what was helping me get through, honey. I did, but now all I got is the Lord. God is what help me get through. As long as I got God, honey, I can make it. I can make it and we can make it. But God puts us here for a reason. We're here for a reason. We're not here just to be get ourselves up and go ahead and go on, pass it on down, down the line. We are here as a people to help one another, to be an account to one another like we always have been. But it's time. It's a spiritual warfare that we're dealing with, people, and it is out to destroy you. It's out to destroy you. It's a spiritual warfare that goes through people. But now it's time to rise and be the change. We need to sow love to drive this evil and hate out. It's all around us. Evil and hate and destruction. Mass shootings. Just about every single day. Mass shootings. You hear about oppression every single day. I hear about just how people. We don't want to do anything for anybody anymore. Just think about if I hadn't ran this podcast. If I said, I ain't getting on there and talk. I ain't never talked to nobody like that before. I ain't getting on there and doing it. Just think about if I hadn't done it. We all growing right now. We're all growing. God held me in account. I'm an account. I am an account for you. I really am. I laid down my life. I laid it down, honey. I laid down my ways. I laid down my thinking and I picked up God's ways. I picked up God's thinking. What would God do? What would God want me to do in this situation? How would God want me to handle this? So I'm guided by God. I used to be guided by me. I used to want to do it my way. I used to want to do my own thing. I'm doing me. We can't do us. We got to do everybody. We got, just like you get out there. And that's one thing I learned being a professional driver for over 20 years. You got to drive defensively. So you also got to live defensively. You got to live defensively, and you got to help one another. You got to live for everybody. Just like you got to drive for everybody. That's what it tells commercial drivers, drive for everybody. But really, everybody needs to drive for everybody, because some days somebody may not have a good day or anything. Road rage. It's all kind of stuff going on. Somebody want to change lanes without signal. Get on over and let them do it. Because, see, they going to get over anyway. And if you don't let them over, they going to tear your car up while they turn their car up. So go on, get out the way, honey. I've actually seen people cause accidents just to prove that they was right. Now you right, but you ain't got no car no more. You can tow your car up. You was right, but your car's tow up. Now you got to go through all kind of insurance and all this other stuff. You got to deal with the police. You got to deal with these people. And now and this is going on your on the record. Your claim, your insurance, all this stuff. Instead of, let's just do it right the first time. Let them have it. If they want to run the stop sign, they gonna run it anyway. You can't stop them. They on a path. They on a spiritual war path to get where they trying to get and have what they trying to have is nowhere and nothing, honey. And you all in the way. And while you being in the way, you may lose your life being in the way. Get out the way. We on something different. We trying to grow. Drive defensively. Every day when you get out there, drive defensively. Stop trying to drive and run folks down. Let people drive. I'm telling you, I ride now. I have my placard, and I see things different now. I see how people are really riding around on this highway of life, honey, and it is not defensively. So we got to drive defensive. Let them have it. Defensive driving. It's good to know. It's good to know defensive driving as you out here every day, honey, because when you get out, when you leave out the sanctity of your house, there it is, honey. It's evil all around. Talk about staying prayed up, honey. We got to walk in righteousness. We got to walk righteously. Let them go. Let them be. Don't be trying to stop nobody that's on this highway of life. A 6-year-old baby lost his life because a 6-year-old baby, because of road rage, lost his life on the way to school. So people, see, that's what I'm saying. We got to be the change. Be the change. Pray it forward. We have to live righteously. Start growing. Sowing seeds of love. Spread love. Let's rise. Let's be the comforter. There is no comforter under the sun. Let's be the comforter that's under the sun, because we done found out that the dead are better off than the living. So we down here living in hell. We down here going through storm after storm after storm. But we got God, and God is the way, the truth, and the light. God is the way out. God done showed us a better way. We got a better way. Now it's time to grow. It's time to grow in God and rise and reach our greatness. We gonna rise like the great mountains. We gonna slough off all this old stuff, all these vices of the world, the drinking, the marijuana, all this stuff, honey, because marijuana is addictive. I don't care what they say. It's addictive, honey. And by the time you get through, you done been paid out, shelled out so much money buying weed to live in a fog. Come up out of that weed fog, honey. Come up out of that weed fog and see what's going on. Look around you. See what's going on, honey. We didn't come in the world with no weed. We didn't come in the world with these vices. We use these vices to deal with the spiritual warfare. But I'm going to tell you something. Remove yourself from the chaos, negativity, and drama. Then you won't have to have them kind of vices. God don't want you having that. God wants you, God wants you in your right mind, sweetheart. You need to be in your right mind and see what's going on. Because you in a fog and you don't even realize what's really happening. We are dying down here. And so we need to wake up. It's time to wake up and wise up and rise up. Switch it all up. Rise up, wise up. Do it. Do it every day. Wise up and rise up every day. Y'all know I'm wise up from that. Wise up and rise up. Now I'm gonna let them go. Wise up. You see them coming. You see they gonna run it, but you gonna go anyway because you know you right and cause an accident. Wise up and rise up. Let them go. They want to change lanes without signaling. They just want to bogart and get over. Wise up and rise up. Scoot over. Let them have it. Let them have the lane. They own the road. They pay taxes. Let them have it. Let them have the road. They want to run down it like that. That's okay. The police gonna get them, honey. I was on the highway, the 91 freeway in California. Somebody was tailgating me. He tailgated me just a little while, but honey, that police off that CHP got him. And so got right behind him for tailgating. Just let people be, honey, and you be the change where you can. Pray it forward. Stop being part of confrontation. Honey, we got so much going on with this spiritual warfare. We got women trying to put men in prison, put men in jail, lying on them for I'm telling you, domestic violence, yes, it's real. I went through it. But you got some women, some women and some men, who will lie and say they did this and did that. I done had it happen to me. Use the legal system and manipulate the legal system for their own advantage, to get you locked up, because they don't want, if they can't control you, they want to destroy you. That's narcissistic behavior. I went through that. That was me and my husband. I went through that. If they cannot control you, they want to destroy you, and they would use any means necessary, because that's the spiritual warfare. It ain't the people, it's the spiritual warfare. So what we got to do is grow from it. So I'm trying to reach people, be the change, and help us to grow over this oppression. Help us to come together in love and live together in harmony. We can do that. Yeah, we can do that all over the world. And as we doing that, and as we seeing the oppression that is under the sun all over the world, in places like Togo, places like India, where they need help, they need supplies. Regardless, don't point fingers at the government. Let's just help. Let's just pitch in. Let's do what we got to do right now. We got people that need help. We can't sit up and say, well, what you doing? What's this? Who is this? Why they doing that over there? What happened here? How they do? Let's just help. Let's just pitch in. Just start being the change. Start being the difference. It's a need. Go over there and show them. Go over there and help them. Go tell them, hey, look, we growing in love. We gonna grow. We gonna rise. I know you ain't got this, that, and the other, but look here. Let me show you this. Let's grow. Because see, once you be the change, you get your blessing. That's how your blessing come through. Taking care of God's people. Trust me, I know. I've been blessed, and I'm still being blessed. The breakthroughs are just coming, honey. God is moving. God is moving. If you ain't seen, God is moving right now as I'm speaking. There is a force greater than the evil of this world, honey. And God is rising up. God rose up for me in that house when my back was against the wall. And I will tell you something about these demons, honey. These demons used to be here. They used to live here. But they were condemned because of their heart and their evil ways. So those evil spirits were condemned in that house. They were condemned. There's some incredible stuff that really happened over these last 7 months. On this journey right here, just this growth journey, not just my life, just this growth journey. Just incredible stuff that I've seen. Beautiful. I've seen God move with God is moving, honey, with my own eyes. If the evil is up, doing and prevalent and all out in the front busy, God is working quietly in the background, honey. God is doing some things. God is making some changes. God is moving some stuff around. God is rearranging, and we getting ready to lift some people up. We getting ready to lift the oppressed, because I was oppressed too, and I had to be lifted. I had to rise. God lifted me, honey. I had God, because had it not been for God and grow, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have made it. I honestly would not have made it out the spiritual warfare. It was designed to destroy me, and it literally almost did. I came within inches of losing my life. This last time, I really did. And to rise up from it and come out of it even greater, blessed by God, knowing that there is a God. After all I've went through, Lord, I got peace now. I got joy and happiness. After all these years of misery, I don't even know how to act. All these years of misery and crying and going because of the situation I was putting my own self in. So now we're in a particular position to help. We better. We better. We are. And so now we need to be the change. We really do. These are our people. They are. We all from Africa. All life began in Africa. These are our people, honey. So, I don't care what color you are. Different skin, one love, one God, and that's the God above who commands us to love. So, see, these are all our people. We all in account for each other. God gonna say what you do for your brother. See, we have the same father. If you didn't know, yeah, you got an earthly father, but we got the same father, and that is God. And that's who's gonna ask us, what did you do? You could think that, oh God, I lived a good life. I took care of me and my kids. Okay, what'd you do for your brother? Well, God, I took care of my kids. I took care of my mom and sister. I did this, God. I did such for us, God. Well, what'd you do for your brother? That's I'm telling you something, honey. I seen it. God is big on account. God is big on accountability. You are account, just like you give an account in this life. When you do something, you give an account, honey. But and in the afterlife, you will give an account. So how you running your life here on this earth, it's time to be the change. It's time to make the change. It's time to be the difference. It's time to pray it forward. And it's time to rise. It's time to grow. In each life, some rain must fall. That's the storms, honey. They gonna come. But the light of God is still there. It ain't gone nowhere. It's hidden behind the clouds. But just know it's there. Just know it's there. And as you keep growing in God, keep holding on to God. Don't let go of God. Stay in the game. Don't get out the game, kings and queens. Stay in the game. Keep rising. I love you. We're going to rise all over the world because we're going to lift everyone. We're going to lift all over the world. We're going to be the change and pray it forward. And we're going to keep moving and become the beloved community all over the world. We're not going to let this evil take over the world. The world is on fire. God didn't create the world for evil. God created the world for love. For us to live here together in love. Look at all us, all different skin, different people. We all got the same heart. Your heart can work in my chest, mine will work in yours. See, we the same. We got the same Father, God. God created us all. My blood is red like yours. I'll show you if you don't believe me. It's red, just like yours. So there is no difference. It's time to turn the Proud Boys into men of God. It is. It's time, honey. It's time out for foolishness, because that's foolishness what you're thinking about and what you're talking about. We ain't on that no more. We trying to come together in love and rise as a people. For the first time ever, a president got up there and said what everybody else been denying. White supremacy is a problem. It's a problem. Hate speech needs to end. He didn't say that, but I'm saying it. Hate speech needs to end, but he said white supremacy is a problem. So we need to, the president has said this. This the president. This ain't me. He said that. So let's end white supremacy. What we gonna do? It's time to come together as a people. It's time. God is watching us. His eyes on the sparrow, honey. God is watching us. And I'm telling you, it's time to be the change. Be the change. With growth, there must be changes. It's time. You sloughing off all that old stuff, honey. You rise and reach your greatness. You're going to be a great mountain of God. So it's time to start sloughing off all that old stuff. Let go of them vices. Let go of that beer and cigarettes, all that other foolishness. Let go of that weed. You don't need to be in no fog. Come on up out of that fog, honey. I used to be in that fog too. It's time to come on up out of that. We need to live for God. We need to live in righteousness and genuine equality all over the world for everyone, not just a few, everyone. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I really try to I want to keep it real. I don't want to be fake, phony, and all this and that. I want you to know that I'm keeping it real. I'm just me, honey. And I'm just like I'm just like your sister, really, because I love you like that. I love you like you are my brother or sister in God. So I have to keep it real. Just like if you calling somebody on the telephone, you talking to them, and they like to talk a lot, so you let them talk. So that's what it's like. Just listen to me talk, and then when you leave me, just go and live righteously and use wisdom and pray it forward and love. Sow love and grow love. I love you. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. As I'm, recording and different things, I just want it to be right. I want the message to come out right. And if you see that I've made a couple adjustments on this one, I just want it to be right. And so forgive me this time. And, we'll do it better. We gonna do better. I'm working on it. I'm growing. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I love you.